If I could summarize the whole book in like a sentence or two, it's basically the idea of being really intentional about one or two goals that you really want to achieve, and then executing actions that will help you get there. In the past, I used to get to this point of the year and beat myself up for, oh, you should have gotten more done, you should have gotten this done. I'd always just have this feeling of looking down on myself and being really regretful. But this year we are doing a new thing. We are doing different things. And that's starting with the way I feel about myself. That's starting with the way I feel about the progress that I've made on things. I'm over the negative self-talk and the self-deprecation, and I'm moving towards a season of really just going after the things that really excite me and holding myself accountable for the things that I need to do, that I would like to do, and while also giving myself grace and understanding in terms of where I am in my season of life, and also just being cognizant of the limitations. I figured I would just share with you all my journey so that maybe I can encourage you to join on the journey with me. Hello y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christelle Solomon. I'm an aspiring physician scientist, and I'm in a very weird transition phase of my life. I was born with a devastating blood condition called sickle cell disease that has caused a lot of problems in my life. And basically, during my second year of medical school, my life was completely flipped upside down, and sickle cell was just wreaking havoc, and so that led me to take an extended break from medical school. If you've been watching any of my previous vlogs, you would know that I received a stem cell transplant, so lucky, and my brother was my donor. I got that transplant in January, and now I am 8.5 months post-transplant, which is just absolutely crazy to me. But with that amazing blessing came a really hard decision that I had to make to leave medical school altogether. I really want to take time to prioritize my recovery during this season and my physical health, my mental health, and juggling medical school alongside that just didn't prove to be the logical step for me. Now I'm in this really strange in-between phase of my life. I'm sort of struggling between staying present and enjoying the moment, enjoying the season for what it is, but also acknowledging my responsibilities as an adult and also keeping in mind the life that I want to create for myself. I've never really enjoyed making New Year's resolutions or, oh my gosh, I gotta start on Monday, or I have to start on the first of the month, or whatever. I just feel like the New Year's resolutions for me just seem a little too abstract, and I tend to lose sight of them, and that could totally be my fault in not reminding myself, but that's the habit that I typically fall into. Recently, I watched a few videos on people going on their own journeys using the book, The 12-Week Year, getting more done in 12 weeks than most people get done in 12 months. Something along those lines. I'll put the book right here. And so I was like, this is pretty interesting. So I ended up going on Audible, getting the audiobook, and I just gobbled that book up in literally just a couple of days, and I'm sold, y'all. I am completely sold. If I could summarize the whole book in a sentence or two, it's basically the idea of being really intentional about one or two goals that you really want to achieve, and then executing actions that will help you get there, and being consistent in executing those actions that are necessary for you to complete your goal, all within the 12 weeks, mind you. I have a few video links down below in the description bar of videos that I watched that give you a more in-depth explanation of the book and help to inspire me to embark on this journey on my own. So definitely give those a watch if you want some more information. Let's dive right into things. So right now I have my 12-week year guidelines kind of pulled up on my Notion. I got this template from someone and I just tweaked it a bit to make it more conducive for me. And I love this template. First of all, I love Notion. I love this template. Whoever made this, like, honestly, I could not live without the people who make their templates because I never make them as cute, you know? So I'm using this template. I'll also put the link in the description down below. Also, like, disclaimer, I look like I am in Antarctica right now because my head is just a little cold. And so I'm wearing my hat. I don't really need this, but it's cute. I got it at Costco. So anywho, I found it on sale at Costco, so I got 3 of them. Different colors. Don't judge me. So yes, okay, let's jump into it. So so the book recommends working on 1 or 2 goals. And knowing me, I started with a list of like 12 things. Thankfully, I listened to the book and I was like, oh, that's wrong. Okay, I'm doing too much, which I always am. And then I'm disappointed when I don't get it all done because, you know, anyone else do that? So anyway, I know I'm not the only one. So I narrowed it down to 2 goals that I really am like diving myself into, but also I have 2 other goals that I think are very important for me to focus on right now. And while I kind of have the flexibility and the freedom in my life, I'm choosing to just make sure I integrate them as part of my routine. They're not strictly goals that I'm like, okay, I have to reach XYZ. There's no like very specific milestone, but it's just something I want to keep track of and be mindful of throughout these 12 weeks. Okay, I'm using this gimbal and I'm still getting used to things, so please bear with me. But okay, so I have let me just lift my computer screen a little bit. I have my computer screen right here. You can't really see it, that's fine. I'll just put it up on the screen. My first goal is to eliminate my knee pain. So I've had chondromalacia in my left knee for a long time now. No, I mean, not that long, like maybe a couple of years. And I also have avascular necrosis in my knees as a result of sickle cell disease. And avascular necrosis is just basically where you lose so much blood flow to a certain part of your bone that it causes that piece of bone to die. So my avascular necrosis is very mild and like I cannot complain about it, but I have noticed that my knees have been just a little more, you know, they're not really happy. So I am really trying to be intentional about following through on working on getting my knees at a good place. I don't have sickle cell anymore, so my physical health can really soar. I just have to put my attention to it. So my second goal is to secure a source of income, okay, y'all? Because when you're in, you know, $300,000 debt because of school, but you're not in school, so you don't get any loans, you have no money. And granted, I am so privileged because I am living with my brother, who not only was my donor, but also like supports me financially, physically, emotionally. He is just wonderful, and I have family members who just have poured into me. This computer was a gift from my brother many years ago, literally the best gift I've ever gotten. And so I am blessed, okay? I'm not gonna try to be like, oh my God, I'm impoverished. I'm not. I'm living a great life. I have little lights in my room. I have a space to sleep. I have a shower. So let's just get that cleared up. I am a blessed person. I have a lot going on for me and I really cannot be complaining that much. But I do, let me try to like, I need y'all to see me a little bit better, you know? But I do want to be able to support myself, and honestly, my brother does not file, like he has dependents. We are 2 different households, file taxes, and so he's taking care of a whole another human being, and that's just not what his budget is cut out for. And so now that I'm in a place where I'm feeling a little bit healthier, I want to see if there are ways that I can be able to support myself financially and sort of take some of that burden off of my brother. And so those are the 2 like main goals that I'm going in on every single day. And then my 2 other goals that are also like very important to me are, the third goal is getting to know myself a little bit better. Y'all, like when you're struggling with a disease and also like really busy with like a lifestyle that requires you to be very high functioning and like focused on that thing, like studying to be a doctor, it can be really easy to lose yourself and lose aspects of yourself and to like not keep track of like who you are and how you're changing as a person like outside of a professional context. And yeah, it's been a while since I've thought about those things very intentionally, and I think that now's the time for me to do that. I have told you guys before that I do plan on going back into medicine. I think medicine is for me, and like I feel like that's what I'm called to do. But I really want to be intentional in this season to like stop and think and breathe and enjoy the time that I have now to really be intentional about thinking about what I want for my future and how I envision that. And I think I have a pretty set idea of it, but I want to give myself the room and the freedom to think just totally differently. I think in the past I've always been like, okay, well I'm gonna be a doctor and this is what I'm gonna do and I wanna impact these patients, XYZ, but like what if I didn't, like what if money was not an option, you know? What if I didn't have this disease? What if I could do literally anything in the world and be able to support myself? Would I still want to do this? I think the answer is yes. I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. But just allowing myself to even explore those options is scary, but also very freeing for me. So I'm gonna take some time to do that. And then also, fourth goal, seeking God first in everything that I do. And those of you who are watching, you don't have to be religious. Like this, to each their own. I support anything that is going to bring you fulfillment in life. Obviously, I really do believe in God, and my faith in Him is really important to me. And I want to be able to not just like have God be a Sunday thing, have God be a Bible study time thing, but really integrate the Holy Spirit and the will of God in the everyday workings of my life. And I sometimes think that I like go through seasons where I'm really like on fire, and then sometimes go through seasons where I'm like so busy with everything else that I forget to check back in with the Lord. And I'm like, girl, have you lost your dang mind? So right now I am just going to be in the season of enjoying the time that I have to just be curious again and enjoy my time with God. So how do I plan to reach these goals? Let's go into that, okay? Y'all, I'm trying to be really careful with this, y'all, because I tend to think that I need to do like XYZ every single day to achieve the goal, but really it's just society's ideal of like morning routines and stuff like that. And I just want to be really intentional. What do I need to do in order to accomplish this thing? So for my knee pain issue, y'all, get you some friends who care about you the way my friends care about me. So I have a friend who is a PT, and she is just absolutely amazing at what she does. And so she curated a list of things for me to do. She literally examined my knee. We talked about a couple things, and she gave me a list of things to do to help with strengthening my knee and reducing knee pain. So I want to do those exercises every single day. I would like to work up to a place where I'm doing the exercises like 2 to 3 times a day, but I'm going to try to be realistic with myself and start with just 1 time a day, because I'm already a week into this 12-week year and I literally only did that exercise once. So, you know, we're working on it. She's a work in progress, okay? Who else is a work in progress? Put it in the comments down below. Are you a work in progress? Because it can't just be me. Anywho, so that's what I plan on doing for my knee. Oh, I also plan on walking every single day. I'm starting with 3,000 steps a day because that's what I can maintain right now, and then slowly increasing that incrementally every single week. And I know that might not seem like a lot for you, or it might seem like, you know, monumental for you. Just pick something that is reasonable and works for you. So my second goal of, you know, finding and securing a source of income, I'm approaching it from a few different angles. So I'm approaching it through the traditional sense of like applying for jobs, but also an entrepreneurial sense. So for these next 12 weeks, I really want to focus on looking for jobs that I'm interested in every single day, and then also applying for jobs at least 3 times a week. So this week I was already able to tailor my CV and my cover letter for positions that I would like to have. So I am in the field of medicine, so clinical medicine is really important to me. I also really love biomedical sciences and wet lab research, and so I am applying to a couple of those jobs too. And so I want to focus on jobs that I would genuinely love and enjoy having, not just like applying to random things for the sake of making some money. So that's really important for me. That's what I'll be doing. And then I also plan on increasing, you know, applications like incrementally throughout the 12-week year. If I get a job, obviously I won't need to do that, but that would be it. Talking to the entrepreneurial side, I really want to try to monetize this YouTube channel. Honestly, I love making these videos. I love talking about sickle cell disease. I love sharing my journey as a medical student, but also someone who lives with disease and has been a patient all her life. It is honestly fascinating to me. I really want to continue to share my perspective and knowledge for free on this channel. Like, honestly, I want to keep doing that. I've toyed with the idea of making a course and selling my advice, like, monetizing what you know and your expertise, but I don't think I'm there yet. And I also just don't want to do that. I want to be able to share information with people freely. And I know that there are so many people who are in different countries and going through different journeys or different parts of their sickle cell journey. And I want to be able to just cater to patients and medical students and healthcare professionals without feeling like I need to monetize what I'm doing. So the goal is to monetize my YouTube channel so that I get paid through AdSense, but I also still get to provide all this content for free to people who are looking to grow and learn just like I am. So I am really excited about that. You need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, and I'm really far away from both of those things. I am really excited that I have like 250 subscribers, which is just honestly like mind-blowing to me, because I feel like, why? I didn't think anyone would want to listen to me. I didn't think anyone would care. So the fact that there are people out there listening, it just makes me just so honored and blessed and excited. But I am definitely looking forward to growing this community, and I really hope I can get this done in the next 12 weeks. But I know that for me, that is a very reach goal. That in itself is going to take a lot more planning. It's not just like monetize YouTube. There are all sorts of different sub actions that go under that. And I think I'll just make that an entirely separate video. I don't want this to be like a how to grow a YouTube channel. Like that's not what I want. I don't want to talk about things I don't know. I typically just go to other people's channels to find out that information, and I recommend you do the same. I can put a few links down below. So those are the two big things that I plan on achieving in these next 12 weeks. How I plan on tackling getting to know myself better is by going on a date with myself once a week. That's all I'm asking myself to do. I don't have to do it daily. I don't have to whatever, like do journals, but I do want to take myself out on a date, plan something, look cute, get cute. Get cute and really treat it as if this is an event with myself. And I tend to like think about myself as a chore. Like, I'm always willing to do things for other people and like, okay, like I want to prioritize getting this person this and making sure this person feels loved. But then when it comes to me, I have no idea how to do that. So we're gonna make some strides in that area. So I'm a mess. So I am just going to go on a date with myself once a week, and I might have some prompts that I want to work on and write on, but nothing too strenuous, just taking the time to be with myself and enjoy an activity or a thing or food just for me, just because. And lastly, seeking God first. Lastly, but also most importantly, seeking God first in literally everything that I do. So what I plan on doing is making sure I start the day with the Lord's presence, turning on worship music, reading my Bible, or listening to a sermon. Like, that is going to be how I start my day. Like, I think when I start my day, first of all, I know when I start my day, like just really worshiping and thanking God, everything, it's not easier. Life is still hard. I still struggle with things, but just knowing that my gratefulness can change my heart. Just being grateful for the goodness of God and just recognizing, okay, He is still with me here, even though I don't feel great, even though this didn't go my way. Starting the day with acknowledging God helps me to acknowledge God and yearn and crave and seek His presence throughout the rest of the day. And then I also plan on doing a 7-day fast starting today. And so I think that will help me it's like a little mini fast, mini reconnect with God and His vision for my life. And so that's what I plan on doing. So maybe I'll show y'all a little bit of my calendar. Y'all, it's basically a mess. Normally I like labor over the calendar and I spend so much time trying to figure out like, okay, when should I do this? When should I do what? And I was like, honestly, I need to just click on it, just say, okay, I want to do some deep work on this thing and throw it in the calendar. And if I don't do it at that time, or I do it at a different time, that's fine, but it just needs to get done. So what I did was basically just throw deep work sessions onto my calendar every single day. So because I want to monetize my YouTube channel, I should be doing deep work for YouTube every single day, or as many days as I can. And so I just threw it on there. Just threw it on there. And then I also want to do deep work for Instagram, so I threw the time on there. And based on how important the thing is to me or to reaching my goal, I will allot it more or less time. So the Instagram deep work is only an hour, and the YouTube deep work tends to be an hour and a half to 2. So I'm just testing it out. I'm not gonna labor over it, but I think it's gonna be really helpful in giving me an idea of, okay, I said I wanted to work on this. And then I also have time on my schedule. I just time blocked looking for jobs, and then 3 days a week I time blocked apply to a job, very straightforward. And then I also have other responsibilities and extracurricular, other committees and leadership roles that I am in. And so I make sure to put that on the calendar as well, because even though it's not necessarily part of my 12-week goal, I have to do it. So, because I signed up for it, and I mean, I enjoy doing what I do. I don't sign up for things that I don't like. But yeah, it's got to get done. So that's got to go on my calendar too. And then I put the exercise on my calendar, and I put breakfast on my calendar because I've been kind of forgetting. And then all the other spaces is what I want to do. Shower, work on the streets, like, it doesn't matter. So maybe I'll put right here. It looks really scary. The calendar looks really scary, but I think it's just a framework for what I plan to get done each day and what I want to accomplish by the end of the day. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, that is all for today's video. Comment down below whether or not you plan to do the 12-week plan with me, and definitely let me know what goals you want to work on during this 12-week plan. If you're not doing it, let me know why not. That's totally fine. So anywho, I hope you enjoyed this style of video. I definitely will continue to post things about this journey moving forward, because I'm more than just a medical student. I'm more than a patient with sickle cell. I am more than a transplant survivor. I am Crystal. So if you want to see me on this journey, be sure to subscribe. If you like this video, click the like button. If you didn't, comment down below and let me know what you didn't like about it. So anywho, I will see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Doodles.